Hi guys, welcome to Beauty Fellows. Today we are going to talk about how to choose a color for Sisterlocks or natural hair. If you want to know more about the coloration of Afro hair, please stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. This video will be divided in 3 parts. The first will explain the technique to use to color your Sisterlocks. The second is about the shops where you can purchase the color. And last, I will talk to you about the frequency of coloration. So let's start with the first point. Which technique to use to color Sisterlocks or natural hair? When we talk about coloration, you have pretty much 3 different techniques. The first one is bleaching. The second one is semi-permanent color, and the third one is permanent color. My advice is for you to use permanent color, but let me first explain what the other 2 means. Bleaching means that you use a product on your hair to remove color from your hair by the process of oxidation. This is why bleach can turn your hair almost white if you leave it for too long, and bleaching can allow you to go up to 9 tones lighter than your color. So let's say you have half African hair, so it's pretty much black or dark brown, and you want to go blonde, then you would have to be doing some bleaching. However, there are many issues with bleaching of Afro hair. Bleaching will raise your hair cuticle, so open the cuticle, and will make your hair dry and fragile, and in the long run it will break your hair. So personally, I would advise against bleaching Sisterlocks or natural hair. Option 2 is a semi-permanent or temporary color. This type of color can be used directly from the applicator, and you don't need to mix them. You take it from the applicator, you put it directly on your hair. They are easier to apply and they are very much more natural since they don't contain any bleach. They will last for 6 weeks and they will fade progressively with shampoo. This also means that they need to be reapplied frequently, which personally I find that it is a lot of work. So I really don't like semi-permanent color. So option 3 is the option that I usually take. It is a permanent color. Permanent dye will last longer than semi-permanent, and they will last for 3 months or more. And these dyes use also an oxidizer that is named hydrogen peroxide and ammonia, which are mixed with the coloring agent before application. There are so many types of permanent color, and the color shades are very natural looking, I find, and they last pretty long. Not like bleaching, but pretty long. 3 months, 4 months is fine for me. However, even for permanent color, there is also an issue that they can be damaging for your hair if you do it too often, but not as much as bleaching. Bleaching is the worst that you can do. But this is because actually they contain ammonia, and ammonia is a strong chemical. So for me, I use the permanent color because I found a brand that does it without ammonia, and I will talk to you about it just after. And before I finish on this, let's do a parenthesis on option maybe 4, but I don't think it's an option. It's henna. People have been asking me a lot about henna, but here my advice here: forget henna. Henna will not color your hair at all. I tried it on a friend and we left it for 3 hours and it was messy because henna is like clay and it takes a lot. It's a lot, and it was very messy, and we only got at the end some red highlights. So no, henna will not work. It works very well though if you have time and you want to use it as a mask, because it will make your hair very soft. But to color African kinky hair, forget it. Where to buy a permanent color for your Sisterlocks or natural hair? To color your natural hair, as I said before, you have to go for a permanent color and not for the bleaching. And to buy your color, you can go to drugstores here in France like Carrefour, Monoprix, and they have a lot of color from Garnier and L'Oreal. But this is not my ideal choice. Why? From my personal experience, I have noticed that these colors are less saturated with pigment than professional color. They work fine on Caucasian hair, but on dreadlocks like mine, this needs, for example, the color to really sink inside the dreadlock. So you need a lot of pigments for your dreadlocks to color. And I find it very difficult with color that I buy at Carrefour, and I never get the same result that what's on the box. If you do, please tell me, because I haven't had very good experience with that. So my advice for you is to go for professional brand that hair salon use. It's like L'Oreal, Professionnel, Naturels or Couleur. And my favorite brand from the professional ones is the line INOA from L'Oreal Professionnel. So let me show you what it looks like. So this is the INOA. Let me put it next. This is the INOA hair color, and this is the INOA Activator. I use the INOA line because the color they have is a permanent color, but it does not contain ammonia, which make it even gentler on my hair and makes me be able to do more coloring than if I had a color which had ammonia. Where to buy professional colors? You will have to go to specialized shops such as Bleu Libellule or La Boutique du Coiffeur. They have shops in many big malls in Ile-de-France and in the provinces. I advise you to go check their website to know their exact localization. And for me, to color my whole head, I had to use 2 tubes here of color from INOA. Each of them cost 14 euros. Plus this activator that cost 20. So overall, for all this, I had to pay 48 euro. But since this activator can be used more than 10 times, next time I will only have to buy this color and it will be only 28 euros. How often should you color your locks? This is up to you, but for permanent color, I would advise you to do it a maximum of every 3 months and not less than that. Too much coloration will make your hair dry and break it. And personally, I usually do my color 3 times a year, so every 4 months, and after 2 months, even permanent color will start to change and you will have the new growth at your roots that will be darker. But for me, it's no bother. I find it pretty. It creates a gradient look for my locks, so I just keep it like that, and I keep to my schedule coloring every 4 months, not less than that. So guys, this is it about the process to color your locks and where to buy the colors. Please let me know what you think down below, and if there is a subject on Sisterlocks, makeup or fashion that you want me to cover, and I will just do so. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button down below so you don't miss any video. Bye, and see you next time.